Hi there, Emperor Ben. Just setting things up here, just a second. Going to build my Imperial army, or at least set it up for my upcoming Imperial army video. Changing the camera angle a little bit over here. Hi there, Disgaggy. Good evening to you. Just trying to find the best camera angle. Hi, Brandon. Good to see you here. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to set up this Imperial army, including all these troops, and prepare for my Imperial army video. That is going to take place, I guess, in a few days, maybe a week or so. But an increasingly more important part of that video is the troops, of course. I like it when they are lined up neatly. And most of my army videos show figures without arms. And today I have all my weapons over here. So this is my armory, you could say like that. I'll show it to you guys in a second. And I'm going to put all the figures in there and just prepare for the army video, shuffle it around, and all you guys can ask me any questions that you like. And I'll answer anything about me, myself, the channel, Lego Star Wars in general, or Star Wars, whatever. Just ask around whatever you want to know. Give me comments and let me know what you think. Hi, Wrigley Boar. Nice to have you here as well. I think, first of all, I'm going to show you which troops I'm going to build. So over here is mostly regular stormtroopers with an occasional shock trooper. There is some other troopers here with the jetpack as well, and there is some other troops that I might need to take from my closet later, but I think this is going to be fine. Over here are all my scout troopers, which is almost the same amount for both. And we have some AT-ST drivers, tank pilots, stuff like that. So drivers of several kinds. We have TIE pilots, like 8 of them, I think. We have a whole bunch of shadow troopers, or at least I think these are shadow troopers. They're called like that. So that's a good thing. Let me see. I have quite a squadron of snowtroopers over here, which I'm pretty proud of. So those are going to join in. We have, of course, some Scarif troopers and Imperial tank drivers. I have 3 Darth Vaders, so I'll be taking one of these, the newest one, and put it in the army. We have Death Troopers, 4 pieces of Death Troopers, a whole bunch of Imperial officers, which I am pretty proud of. Pretty cool to have so many of these. These are the Vaders. These are crew Imperial, so that's cool. And we have one custom Imperial Gonk droid that I wanted to make, and one mouse droid, so they're going to be in there as well. We have some probe droids, 2 of them, one custom, one from a set, and one astromech droid. So all these figures are going to be set up, and in the meanwhile, I'm going to ask you all kinds of questions, or you can ask me any kinds of questions. Starting with this Gaggy, what is your favorite Lego Star Wars set? At the moment, I have said UCS Millennium Falcon, but I actually got a UCS Sandcrawler recently. It will be in a haul video soon, so that might be my new favorite. First of all, I'm going to show you my armory, or at least as good as I can. So I'm going to open it up. I hope you guys can see it properly because it's all black. Let me see if I can get a good angle. I think this is better. Yeah, so over here are all my stud shooters, which I basically don't use. These are all my medium-sized blasters, and there is like a few hundred of them in here. Small blasters, some unique blasters in different colors, and here in the corner are the longer blasters. So those are going to be used to arm all my troops. I'm going to start with the regular troopers and see if I can see any questions. Emperor Ben asks, how long have you been on YouTube? Well, I have been on YouTube for over a year now, a year and 2 months or something like that. Maybe even 3 months. So yeah, that's quite a while, but still I'm pretty happy with the result in that year. And if this is the first video that you're watching from me, then that's very cool to have you on the channel. So I'm actually figuring how should I put the the arms, or at least the blasters in their hands. Is there a best way to do that? I'm not sure. There's so many ways that I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to go for let's see, this. I think that this is the best way to. So what do you guys think? This is the best way to show them. So all lined up, having it neatly in their arms, but not ready to shoot, just as they are standing. Wrigley Boar says, cool storage for your weapons. Thank you. I think this is a great way. Those weapons are something that you actually lose very quickly, and you need some place to put them. And I got more and more and more of the guns, so I thought this was a good thing. RGA Gaming asks, what do you think of the new TIE Fighter from the Solo movie? I think it looks amazing. I think it's a very good set. I've been asked this question a few times now, and I have to say I don't think I'll be buying it when it is released, but that is for the reason that I have the older TIE Fighter, which looks very, very similar, and also I have the First Order TIE Fighter. So yeah, to me it's just another TIE Fighter that it looks exactly like what I already have. So I'll probably be waiting for a sale, but if you don't have a TIE Fighter, please go and get it. It's a great build probably, and I think it's a very cool looking set with some really nice figures. Having said that, Rilo Brick says, hey, well, welcome. Hi, good to see you here. Brick Trooper Studio says, hey, very nice of you to join in for this live stream. I haven't done any army building like this, or the army setup like this in the past, so I thought, I have to do this anyway, so why not do it live? So you can see how I set up my troops, and also it, kind of gives me the opportunity to show off my figures, and also lets you decide a little bit on how I should lay out the troopers. I think I'm going to do 2 base plates behind each other, and make a video like that instead of 2 next to each other, so we'll look more deep like that. RGA Gaming says, hey, have you seen the bid on eBay with 100 Stormtroopers for like $200? No, but that does sound like a good deal. Unfortunately, I'm not from the United States, so that makes it a little bit harder for me to buy stuff from eBay. Shipping makes things very, very expensive. So yeah, in general, I don't buy from eBay or something like that. There is a Dutch version of eBay that I use quite regularly, and that works fine for me. So I guess I'll just keep doing that. There are some awesome deals. As you'll see in my upcoming haul video, there is some really, really cool stuff in there. So certainly stay tuned for my new haul video. Brick Trooper Studios asks, X-Wing or Y-Wing? Hard question, but I think I'll have to go with the Y-Wing. I think that's a much cooler set. More detail, less standard. I don't know, the X-Wing gets all the credits, but Y-Wings are actually pretty cool as well. And I like the details. The X-Wings look, I don't know, I just have to say Y-Wing. I'm not sure why, but no pun intended, by the way. I think they just look better. Also, I have to say that my troopers are kind of mixed. So I have these newer ones with the print on the legs, and these older ones. So I try to put those, kind of together as they go. Brick Trooper Studios asks, have you heard of the rumored summer X-Wing? Yes, I have. Actually, I think I did a video on some upcoming sets, summer sets, and I think it's in there. There's a leaked image in there. So if you want to check it out, go on my channel and find the video. It's from a few weeks ago, and it's not rumored. I can tell you it's guaranteed that there is a new X-Wing coming. It will be the classic X-Wing, of which we haven't seen one in a very long time. And that is a set that I probably will be getting. So, get it soon, get it quick, because I really think that is a classic in the making. So, telling you guys a secret about an army setup. I've seen many army videos on YouTube by now. And one of the things that a lot of people do is they make a mistake in spacing the figures. I think I also have to kind of move it backwards for you guys to see all the troops. yeah, so here I'm already setting up my first, maybe I can change the camera angle a little bit. Yeah, my first squads of stormtroopers. And the thing about spacing is that if you leave a very small amount of space between the troopers, you know, you have to make use of the space to make them look like they are with more. So what I do is I leave 2 studs between the sides, but I leave 3 studs behind them. So they're not too close to each other, which is kind of realistic. I mean, in real life, I think troopers wouldn't stand that close to each other anyway. So if you're doing an army video, I think that is a very, very good way to space your figures. Let me see. I'm getting a small drink here. So, Bricks of Fate says 2 studs is enough space. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but 2 studs, I'm just going to say, put one here behind. So these 2, if you can see that, are spaced with 2 studs, and as you can see, they look like they're very, very close to each other, and it looks better, in my opinion, to leave 3 studs behind each figure. Gives you the impression that there is more troopers, even though I have quite a lot. I still like to give the impression that there is more figures than I actually have. It's the best way to create a large army. Also, what is a good thing is that a lot of people tend to make huge blocks of figures, which I guess looks impressive if you have lots and lots of those blocks. If you have only 100 or maybe a little bit more than 100 troopers, it might be a good idea to space them into smaller sub blocks. For example, of 9 figures, so 3 by 3, creating a very, very cool looking layout. So I might even use my sergeants and Imperial officers to kind of give each battalion of troopers their own superior, I guess. Brennan Peterson says, that sounds awesome. The last X-Wing we had was the orange and black one. I like the original X-Wing. Yeah, I do too. I do have the orange and black one, but I'm not a huge fan of it for the reason that, I don't know, the classic X-Wing is supposed to be gray, I guess. I really like that look. There was another one that was blue. I know it's a Resistance X-Wing, and maybe one day that'll be just a classic like the gray one. But for the time being, I really prefer the older one. But I think it's at 9493, which is the original T-70 Starfighter, if I'm correct. I'm not sure if it's the T-70, but anyway, that one is pretty expensive. I think you have to pay like $100 on eBay for that TIE Fighter. Now this one will probably be very expensive as well, but it has a lot of pieces. So yeah, I guess the upcoming X-Wing will be pretty awesome, but it will not be in the release this April. I think it will be later this summer, so maybe August or something like that. And we'll also see a playset Sandcrawler, so that is something awesome too. The Brickster says, hello Empire Bricks. Well, hello there. Welcome to the live stream. RJ Gaming asks, have you ever been scammed? And by that I mean, have you bought something online like Lego for a good deal, such as 25 clone troopers, and they're actually Lepin? Well, yes, I have been scammed multiple times actually, but never by Lepin. But I think that's mostly because that's just not a thing. Maybe in Europe, Lepin is not that popular here. Mainly because I think the customs, they actually take it and destroy it if they find it, if you order it online. So they're quite strict about that. But I did have some instances where I bought something of somebody that I thought was trustworthy, and I just never received it. And then when I look back, the account that I bought it from was deleted. So that was, yeah, a pretty big bummer, but I guess that happens. And for all the good deals that I made, I think I'm still in the plus in that sense. Brick Trooper Studio says, a person just walked by, called them Lepin. Not sure what you mean though, but if there's a lot of troopers for not that much money, if you can find that on eBay, there is a very big chance that that is a Lepin batch. So, you know, keep your eyes open. make sure that you buy the real stuff. It's to support the company that we all love, and I mean the quality is just unbeatable. In Lego has such good quality standards. I would never buy anything else, at least not fake. There are some things that you can only buy from other brands, such as World War II sets. I think it's a brand called Kobe, so that's okay, but I would never buy fake Lego Star Wars. The T-75, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Brick Trooper Studios, for the correction. There are so many sets out there now that sometimes it's a little bit hard to remember which set it was. Okay, so what are you guys thinking of this setup? So blocks of 3x3, spaced 2 on the side, 3 on the back, and with 6 in between the blocks, making it look like a huge display. I think that's a cool way of displaying my figures. I do think I'm going to run out of space relatively quickly like this, but that's not a real big problem. Bricks of Fate asks, do you think the UCS Sandcrawler is a good investment? I'm planning of getting this set. Well, okay, let's have a look at the Sandcrawlers. I actually recently bought the original Sandcrawler, so set 10144. That originally retailed for, I think, $130 when it came out, and I think the overall bricklink price for that set in complete condition with box and instructions is now about 200. So that's a small 40% increase, but that took over 10 years. So I think it's fair to say that basically every Lego Star Wars set, especially the bigger ones, are good investments. But if you're actually doing it to have your money increase, then don't open the box, because if you want to play with it, just play with it. It will get worth. Just make sure it's in good condition. That's the most important part. Just make sure that it's out of the sun, not that dusty, in a smoke-free home, and that is the best way to keep your sets safe and keep them increasing in value. So if there's any advice I can give, it would be that. Let me see. RJ Gaming says, yes, there will be a new Sandcrawler. Yes, there is a new Sandcrawler coming this summer, but that is a playset. And I think the UCS will be the last UCS Sandcrawler that we'll be seeing for a long time. So I still think that's a pretty good investment at the moment, as long as you keep it in good condition, like I mentioned before. RJ Gaming says, here's a crazy story of mine. One time I bought a dozen Lego Stormtroopers online for like $15. Everybody thought it was fake, so I decided to take the risk, and guess what? They were real. And yes, I mean, it's always hard to find out if a deal is genuine or not. But, there are very good deals out there. There are people selling their whole Lego Star Wars collection, and those are the best deals. Unfortunately, you would have to buy a huge collection at a time, but I mean, it happens. There are very good deals out there, and definitely take the chance, if you can, to try to get a deal on large amounts of troopers, because if it pays out, it's definitely worth it, and it's much faster than buying everything through retail channels. So yeah, just have the wait if you can. Just wait until the moment is there. If you have the money to spend on Lego Star Wars and you're looking on eBay or such, just hold out until you find a great deal. Don't take it too quickly. I think that is the best advice I can give for now. Brennan Peterson says, oh yeah, I just remembered about the Sandcrawler. Sounds awesome. It's supposed to be a playset. Yeah, that's correct. Just like I said, new playset coming out. Although I do have to say that I think that after I build set 10144, the Sandcrawler, I'll probably like to buy the playset as well, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that this summer, because my summer is going to be pretty busy. Lego for Life says, hello. Well, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Yubnub, hi there. Nice to see you here. Mondrijntje and Steven says that's a lot of stormtroopers. Yes, I haven't counted them, but there's blocks of 9, so there's 9, 18, 27 stormtroopers. There must be way more in here. I think I have like 40 stormtroopers and 40 scout troopers, something like that. So that's quite an amount. I'm really happy with that amount of troopers. And I think they look great with the weapons on them, much better than without. So this is going to be the first army video that I'm doing of the Imperial Army that has all the troopers armed, or at least most of them. So I think that's really cool. Lego for Life says, I am Dutch. Well, that's very cool. Welcome in the live stream. As you all may know, I am Dutch, so there's quite a few Dutch people in the chat at the moment. So very cool to see those as well, although I'll be speaking in English, of course, so everybody can understand. Hi, Brick Trooper. Brick Trooper Studios is Canadian. Well, that's cool. It's always nice to see people from other places around the world. I think last live stream we had someone from New Zealand as well, which is quite far away, but I think Canada is almost literally halfway around the world. Really love the country though. Never been there, but definitely something I would like to see one day. I think it would look a lot like Sweden, which I also love and go to a lot. So go Canada, I would say. RJ Gaming says, do any of you know if the sets on AliExpress are real or fake? Basically, everything from AliExpress is fake. I can almost guarantee that. Also, if you buy larger sets from AliExpress, even if they're not fake Lego, but like Kobe or just World War II sets or something, if they're big sets, you have to pay duties at the border. So customs will have to clear those, and there's a large chance that they will not arrive without you paying more. So they're actually quite expensive to get through AliExpress, and you'd rather get them through eBay. RJ Gaming is making a stop motion and would like to have more Stormtroopers. Could you tell more about that stop motion? Are you doing more? You have more stuff on your channel? Just tell us about what you're doing. In the meanwhile, I'm almost finished setting up all the Stormtroopers. I'd still have to add a few. So let me see. I think that was. Okay, here's another Stormy. So that's cool. Another one. And we have another block completed. So here are those. On to the Shadow Troopers over here. Johan Solo says, hi y'all. Thank you for joining, Johan Solo. Some people are basically watching every live stream that I do. That's really cool to see. RJ Gaming is American. Swiss, it says Disgagi. Well, that's cool. It's really awesome to see so many people from so many countries. I guess it says a lot about, Star Wars and Lego Star Wars and how it connects people, just through the story that they tell. And I guess it's, a world that we all share together, and I think that's awesome. RG Gaming says, if you want to know more about the stop motion, hit me up. Well, can I find them on your channel? Because if so, I'll try to check them out later this week. It's quite a busy week, but I do have some spare hours in the evening, so I might find some time to check those out. Okay. Daniel Geel says, hello, welcome to the live stream over here. Lucas Brick says, please, but I'm not sure why. If you have a question, just ask it. I'll try to answer it with all the genuine knowledge that I have. Y'all says, hello there. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I'm actually getting quite a army set up here. Let me see. I think I should move it a little bit more over there so you guys can see a little bit more of it. Because I'm working on the signs now. I think this looks better, right? So we're on to the Shadow Troopers. They're actually from set 7667, which is an awesome army builder. If you are into collecting Stormtroopers, and you don't mind that they are the older version of the Stormtroopers, of which most of my army consists, then go on eBay and try set 7667. It's an awesome army builder. It actually has 4 troopers. In all the modern battle packs, they have 2 troopers, 1 crew member, 1 officer, which is kind of crappy if you want to build a huge army of troopers because nobody needs a huge amount of officers. So definitely the best tip that I can give to any army builder, because that set is still relatively cheap to get. Some people talking about destroying a weapon with a flamethrower, and I think that's a good thing. Any weapon seems to me that it has to be destroyed as soon as possible. Jos asks, what do you think about Avengers Infinity War and their Lego sets? Well, actually, because of my business that I run, the Boost Your Bricks business that I have, I was working on some minifigure display frames, and I'm not that into superheroes, so I actually took upon myself the task to watch every Marvel video ever made. So that's like 18 movies by now. So I did that, and now I have a good idea of the whole Marvel universe, and I really like it. I'm not sure about the Infinity War stuff yet. I haven't checked out the latest trailer and stuff, but there is one set in particular which is a building. I'm not sure what it's called though, but I really like that building, and I would like to add it to my Lego city and turn it into a modular set. So in terms of the sets from the Infinity War, I think that is the set that I would get, but not because of the superheroes, but because of the the fact that you can use it in a city. Lego for Life asks, are you now in the Netherlands or in Sweden? I'm actually in the Netherlands at the moment, in Rotterdam to be specific. I will be going to Sweden in a month or so. I will be taking a lot more sets with me, take it to the Lego Star Wars room that I have there. So that new Sandcrawler that I have will be taken there. I have an ARC 170 Starfighter coming up in a new haul video. That will be taken there. So there's lots and lots of stuff going there, and I'll definitely do an update when I get there. So Brick Trooper Studio says that's a lot of Shadow Troopers. These are actually from set 7667. So in that set, which is not officially a battle pack, you get you get 1 of the Shadow Troopers and 3 of the regular Stormtroopers. Now I have quite a few, I think 7 of those battle packs or set 7667, but a few of those that I bought actually had 1 extra Shadow Trooper for some reason. So I now have 9 and 1 helmet, which I got separately in a deal. So yeah, that's cool. I still need to find a body, and then I'll have 10, and I'll start to buy some more of the battle pack to grow my Shadow Trooper army. RGA Gaming asks, do you think that the entire 501st Legion could defeat the Emperor with assistance from Vader? The Emperor would have his royal guards with him. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the 501st is legendary. I definitely would like to see more, sets that are about Vader's fist and the 501st. I think it's an awesome Legion, and there is so much that we still haven't seen made into sets from them that that would be really awesome to see. And I would like to have a clone army with a 501st battalion in it, but at the moment they are very, very expensive. So also RGA Gaming says somebody's selling the first ever Lego set on eBay. That's pretty expensive, I guess. RCG's Cool Lego says 1 Stormtrooper is a little bit yellowed. You're totally right. I think you mean this fellow over here, which he has kind of a yellowed helmet. I am aware I don't like it. I have some Scout Troopers that are a bit yellowed as well. But hey, what do you do? The helmets are pretty expensive, so yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Let me see. Johan Solo asks, if it really was the first ever Lego set, I would not sell it on eBay. Sounds fake. Kind of makes sense, although you can buy almost anything on eBay now, so you never know, and there are quite a few. I know it is called Gears, and I actually have a few parts from that set because I kind of inherited a Lego from my dad and his brothers that they played with. And I think that set was among them, but in very bad condition and absolutely not complete. Josh asks, do you like the Thanos Ultimate Battle Set? I'd have to say I don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable about the Infinity War sets, I'm afraid. I do know everybody's about to get a full set of Infinity Stones, and there's a lot of trading online in those stones, but yeah, it's they're cool, but I have to say see the movie first, and then I can judge. So I'm actually arming some officers over here. It's hard for you guys to see, but I'm arming them with these smaller blasters, and of course, Krennic will get the silver blaster, which I really like. But I have something that I didn't notice before. You know, I do not change my figures. I don't swap legs or arms or anything. So I know that these are untouched, and they seem like the same figure. But as you can see, they have different hands. One has black hands and one has dark gray hands, but they are the same in any other way as far as I can see. And they're actually a character, I think, but I'm not sure which one. But they, oh no, they are different. They are different a little bit. So this is really strange, but if you look at these, they are practically the same, but they have a little bit of a different back print. I think it's very hard for you guys to see, but the crease in their shirt is different. So, not very important, but just a small detail that I noticed just now. Okay, so I'm putting my officers kind of in the middle front of the army, all arming them with a small regular blaster. There are some special officers like Krennic that will get a special place with Vader in the front. Daniel Geert says, I'm Dutch. Well, welcome in deze livestream. Thank you for joining. It's very nice to see more Dutch people. Lucas Bricks is Dutch as well. A lot of Dutch people. Brick Trooper says, someone's selling 4 gunships for $1,200. That is an okay deal, I guess. It's not too cheap, though. I mean, $1,200, I'm guessing it's dollars, is a lot of money. So, okay. Let me see. So there's 5. Okay, so I basically have the perfect amount of Imperial officers, since I have 9 of them, making another block of troops for my army. I also have a Tarkin figure, which I will give a weapon as well, and be in the middle of the other officers. I think that's a good place for him at the moment. It's very hard to choose who I like most as kind of the second in command, because of course Vader is now the highest ranking person in my Imperial army, since I don't have a figure of the Emperor yet. But Tarkin and Krennic are kind of, they have the same rank in many ways. I guess they have, they both have, the same seniority, but I don't know, just they have different roles, but I guess the rank is equally high. RJ Gaming says, you got a Discord. I'm not sure what you mean with that, but if you could rephrase the question, then I will definitely answer it. So, Stormtroopers are done. I have some room for some extra. I think I have some spares lying around, so I'll finish this block later on. And Shadow Troopers are done. The officers are done. I'm thinking of what I'm going to put over here. I think it's going to be crew, and then here I'll move to Snowtroopers. I think, or won't I? Yeah, here I will do the Snowtroopers. So let me see. I'll need to find some crew members or pilots. Let me see. I think it's going to be crew and desk troopers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. All right. So here it is. NeoBrick says, hello, welcome to the live stream. RJ Gaming says, I'm asking if you have a Discord account. I'm still not sure what you mean, but English is not my native language, so I might not know what the word Discord means. If you mean discount, then no, I don't have a discount account. Josh asks, do you like Star Wars Rebels? Yes, I really do. I'm actually, I have seen most of the episodes, but not in the right order. So I'm actually trying to watch all the Rebels episodes now to get a better understanding of the storyline that there is, and to get to know the characters and the names, because I think it's pretty important for me and my channel to have the correct names for all the characters, and I really need to know, um, you know, if I have this YouTube channel, I really need to know everything about Lego Star Wars. So I am watching every Rebels episode now to get more knowledge also about the sets that I have, to do better reviews, and I will be watching and rewatching every Clone Wars episode one day as well. Discord is a website. No, I don't know it, but I'll have to check it out right now, see what it is. In the meanwhile, RGA Gaming asks, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Well, I guess that attack didn't went well, as we all know from Revenge of the Sith. But that's a good meme. Let me see, Discord. Free voice and text chat for gamers. So, okay. No, I don't have a Discord account, but I'll be checking that out after this live stream, maybe later this week, and see what I can do if that's a thing that you guys would like to see. Then I might open an account there as well. But I like to focus everything on my YouTube channel and my Instagram channel. If you don't know, guys, I am on Instagram as well. You can find me as EmpireBricks_YouTube. And I post pics whenever I have some new sets or nice figures. I give you some, kind of behind the scenes looks of what I do. So that's pretty cool. So, okay, what I like to do is keep blocks of white and black. I have one extra black trooper if I count the Death Troopers. So the Death Troopers are going to be here with some of the black crew members. I have one crew member though with the lights. They're on the wrong hands at the moment, but I'll be definitely using those for bringing in the TIE Fighter that will also feature in this army video when it's done. Okay, Brandon Peterson says, I feel like Lego should update the molds. The one right now that we have are awesome, but we had the same one since 2001. If you mean the Stormtrooper mold, yes, I think you are totally right. Although in the battle pack that is coming out for the Solo movie, we're actually having a new kind of trooper, and I did a pre-review on it yesterday, I think, and it actually seems to feature a new helmet mold. Also, there's going to be a range trooper buildable figure, meaning that I really hope that will turn out into a minifigure as well, because that range trooper would look awesome and actually is a new mold. So yeah, that is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. So trying to arm my Death Troopers over here. And they'll be placed over here. So I will arm those with the larger guns, and I'll be putting one next to Krennic as sort of a personal guard. RGA Gaming asks, who would win literally a First Order Dreadnought or a couple of very slow and bomby boys? That's another meme as well, but I like the thought of that. RGA Gaming, do you own a Shadow ARF Trooper? No, I don't. I think that's the one from the polybag, right? I actually have some pretty cool polybags. I'm collecting them now and keeping them close, but I have a Darth Revan, for example. So I'm thinking about doing a polybag and foil pack collection video. If you guys would be interested in something like that, just let me know. If that is the case, then I'll definitely make that video pretty soon. Yellow Wars Production says, hey, well, hey, welcome to the live stream. NeoBrick says, I like the Naboo mock, very nice. Thank you very much. I think I'm only one episode away of finishing it. So there is some details and stuff that has to be done, but I'm nearly there. So expect a finale video somewhere in the beginning of April. I think it should be finished by then. Um, I think a lot of you will really like the mock that I built. I'm really happy with it. And it will look even more awesome with the mock filled with figures, because by now it's nearing its completion. And most of you have seen it without most of the figures in it. But it will definitely look infinitely more awesome if it is populated by figures. Krennic Productions says hi. Lucas Brick says hi. Well, hi there, everybody. Welcome. RGA Gaming asks if Tarkin had decided to leave the Death Star, he would have just built another one. Yeah, I guess that's true. I think it's really cool that they brought Tarkin back to life for Rogue One, and that we got to see a little bit more of him. I'd love to see more of his storyline, although they'll probably never make a movie just for Tarkin. But yeah, I think he's a very cool character, and I like that they are giving more attention to the Imperial characters, except for just to Vader and the Emperor. Having more characters like Krennic and Tarkin, I think makes the whole Star Wars universe a little bit more rich. This Gagi says, please do that. I think you mean the polybag collection video, so I'll definitely be doing that. I guess I have like about 10 polybags, including a Darth Revan, and I have the Scarif Trooper polybag, for example. Quite a few rare ones, I guess. So yeah, I'll do a video maybe somewhere this week and upload it later when I have the time, but that video will be coming out then. RGA Gaming says he bought a Shadow ARF Trooper. Might use it for a giveaway. Whoa, that's a really, really generous giveaway in that case. Because how much is that thing? I think it's about $50. So that's really a trooper that I would like to have. But if I would have it in the polybag, I'll keep it closed, just not to destroy its value. Yellow Ward Production says, what do you think about the new battle pack with the patrol troopers? I think it's really awesome. If you want to know what I really think about it, go check out my pre-review of that set. I did a pre-review, I think, yesterday. So yeah, it should be easy to find it on my channel, and you can check it out and see what I think of it. Fun fact, says RJ Gaming, Tarkin had a son in Legends and Vader killed him. I really didn't know that. That's is that from a book? So that's really cool info. That's what I guess the books can do. They can give more depth to the story, although I don't like the fact that they kind of use stuff that is not in parallel with the movies and the animation shows, but still they're kind of what-if stories, and I like the fact that they try to build some more characters. Joss asks, why did you decide to build Naboo? Well, it's of course from episode 1, and that was the first Star Wars movie that I saw in cinema, so it really has a special place for me. And also, there's not that many people building Naboo mock, so I figured why not just give it a try and see how far I can get. I think it turned out pretty well. It's going to be smaller than I intended at first, but still, I think it's a great mock, and it offered me the opportunity to get a lot of cool sets and figures. RJ Gaming says it's $70 and will not be coming in the polybag. Sorry, that's no problem. I was just wondering what the price was. So that's $70 for the ARF Trooper. Is that out of polybag? But that means that if it's in polybag, it will be even more expensive. So just for now, how do you guys like the setup of my Imperial army? I think it's going to look pretty impressive this way, putting them all behind each other, and I like I'm really happy with the spacing that I used for the whole thing. It looks better if they're blocked by a 9 at a time. I'll have to see what I do with my snowtroopers though, because I have a little bit more than 9, but I don't have 18, so they won't fit in perfectly. Would recommend more Death Troopers, says RJ Gaming. Yes, I'd like to have more of them. I was actually planning on getting more of that battle pack, but I figured that out a little bit too late, and then the battle pack got retired. So basically, I have one of those battle packs with the Death Troopers, and now I'm kind of doomed to get them from Bricklink and stuff like that. So I'm still waiting for a good deal on some Death Troopers on the Dutch version of eBay, and then get quite a few of them, because for a whole army it looks great if you can like swap, if you have a different colored block. So these are all white, these are kind of mixed but mostly gray, these are black. It would be awesome to have another black one over there or something, so you can kind of mix it up. But I think I'm going to do the TIE fighter pilots over there where this box is, and then kind of build the scout troopers around that, and leave a spot open for some missing troopers over here, because I still have some troopers that need to be found out. They're just in sets right now, so I have to find those. And also, I cannot every time finish a block of 3x3. So in this case, for the snowtroopers, I have to create a larger block of 3x4, and then still I have one stormtrooper left, so I have to see what I do about that. But yeah, other than that, I think this is going to look absolutely amazing. I really like it when they are armed. I'm never going to do an army video without arms. I really like this look. RJ Gaming says, I have 4 Death Troopers. I could donate one if you would like. I think that's a very friendly offer, but I think the shipping alone would be worth more than the trooper itself. So just keep it in your own army, and I will definitely get more troopers for a good deal. Do you display your figures, says Brick Trooper Studios. How do you mean, do you display your figure? You mean like at home? Because, yeah. So yeah, if you could rephrase that question, Brick Trooper Studios, what do you mean by displaying? Because I am sort of displaying them right now, if that is what you mean. RJ Gaming asks, do you trade? Generally not. I mean, the point of trading is that you also lose some figures. So I'm not gaining any more troopers by trading. I basically only buy figures so I can grow my army even further. So I'm going to move the weapons cache on the side now. I'm going to use the space to add more troopers. So I'm going to move to the pilots now, which will have the small blasters. Let's see. So they are... It's really hard to get those pilots and keep them apart because they look so much like each other. Brick Trooper Studio says there is a sealed Home 1 set for $40 sealed. That's an insane deal. That has to be fake. If you want to know for sure, the best way to know for sure is just if you pick up the set in person. That is the best way to not get scammed in any way. But I know if the distance is too large, it's very hard to do something like that. But that's a very good way. Or you could say I pay half now and half when I receive the set. That's a way to kind of handle those deals. But it's always hard. You have to take a guess as well. But about displaying figures, no, I don't display figures oftenly, at least not here in the Netherlands. I don't have the space for it. Like I mentioned before in another, in this live stream earlier, I have this business called Booster Bricks, and with that business I make minifigure display frames. I also have 2 Star Wars models. If you want to check them out, there's videos of those products on my channel, and I have one of them of my own, and it is in my Lego Star Wars room in Sweden, and it's starting to fill up with my doubles, so the figures that I have 2 of. basically the main characters, because if I have double troopers, of course they will join the army, but the double hero figures go into that display frame, and I'll try to give it a little bit more attention next time that I do a video in the Lego Star Wars room. Joss asked, do you like Star Wars Rebels? I think we had that question before, so yes, I really do like Star Wars Rebels, and I am rewatching a lot of the episodes at the moment. Wrigley Boar says, what Imperial vehicles do you own? That's quite a lot. I have the original TIE Fighter set, or at least the one that looks good. I think it's at 9495. I have Krennic's Imperial Shuttle. I have a Star Destroyer. I have one Imperial hover tank. I have two AT-STs. One is the recent one, and the other one is the AT-ST from the Battle of Endor set. I have, let me see, quite a few battle packs, but I will not be including the battle packs in the army video. It's taking up too much space. So if you're looking for the main big vehicles, I think those are the ones that I own. Brick Trooper Studio says, please include your vehicles in the army. Yes, I will. I'm actually in the process of putting all those vehicles together. I'm almost done. I finished my Star Destroyer yesterday, and I'm not sure if I still have to build anything. I think I'm almost there. So yes, they'll definitely be included, except for the smaller battle packs and stuff like that. It just takes up a lot of room that I'd rather use for more important sets. And he also says, I hate people that don't show vehicles. Yes, I have the same thing. An army isn't complete without vehicles. I would like to have a bigger army with more troopers, though, so I could like put the vehicles somewhere in between and have kind of, the troops around it or on it. But I would also need more gray base plates to do that. So for the time being, I'll just do it like this. LegoMan91 says, got to go, be right back. We'll see you in a second. Brandon Peterson asks, how many figures are there? I would have to check on my channel how much there were in my previous army video, but I think I'm hitting around 130 minifigures, so that would be a pretty big increase. Let me see. So I did my last version of this army in September last year, and it had 118 figures. I think I have about 130 or 140 figures right now. So I added about 25 figures to my army in a few months, which is not as many as I would like. But I got some good deals in the beginning, and it's really hard to find large amounts of troops for a small amount of money. So I haven't been buying that much. So most of the troopers that were added are just troopers that I got in sets. I did quite increase my clone army, so I'll be doing an update on that as well as soon as I can, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Brickboy says, hello there from Germany. Well, guten Abend. If that was the correct pronunciation. Very nice to have people from Germany joining in. Brickboys asks, so how much figs did you get them all? Well, like I said a few seconds ago, I think I have 140 figures or so, but if we're done putting them all together, I think we can have a quick count. I'm guessing that I have another 10 or so that are lying around or are in sets, so they are in vehicles and stuff like that. I have to take those out, but I'm going to do that later, not in this live stream. But so I guess everything that I have here, plus 10 is about the size of my army. Ethan Tassone says, did you get the new battle pack? Which battle pack do you mean? If you mean the Patrol Trooper battle pack, no. I just had a pre-review of it using the official images that LEGO released a while ago, just to talk you through what we can expect, but I'll definitely get at least one of the new battle pack as soon as it comes out. Brick Boy says nice German. Well, thanks. Being a Dutch person, you get German in high school, so most of the Dutch people actually speak a little bit of German, and we can basically understand what German people are saying. And kind of the weird thing is that the same goes for Swedish a little bit. As you may know, I go there a lot, and I don't speak Swedish, but especially reading Swedish is not that hard. So a lot of European, at least Northwestern European languages are very much alike. So almost nearing this block. Let's have a kind of midterm count here. So we have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 70, 79, 80. So this is 80 figures, 88, 90, 94, 103. So all the figures standing over here are 103 Imperial troopers. I think that is looking pretty awesome at the moment, and I'm gonna love putting all the sets around it and walking you through the army. And also, this is a very different setup from the last time that I did the armor video. It was 2 base plates next to each other, and it was stormtroopers on the one side and scout troopers on the other. I actually added 0 scout troopers. I have this insane amount of scout troopers, basically because my first mock on my channel was a Battle of Endor mock. I kind of overdid it with the scout troopers, so I had a little bit more than I needed, but I think I have one of the bigger scout trooper armies that there are on YouTube. There's very few people that have so many scout troopers, basically because they're quite old and they haven't been around for that long. So if you want scout troopers, they're going to be from sets that are at least 10 years old, I think. Brickboy says you have to build a mega Death Star. I wish I could do that, but I don't have the space for something like that. But I have some awesome plans for building mocks in the future, so definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be focusing more on smaller mocks and building other people's mocks. So UCS sets that are not made by Lego, for example. So a UCS ATM6 and some custom work. I have been collecting custom instructions for a couple of months now, and I have quite a database of really, really cool custom Lego Star Wars builds. And I'm going to try to kind of do mock review, so do a video on somebody else's mock, but I will build it for you guys, and then just have a look at what it is, and show you guys what other people make, and at the same time credit those people who make those awesome instructions. Brookboy says that sounds good. Custom work is really good. Well, yeah, I have been building my own mocks for a while now, and the thing is that the hardest part is actually the part that I don't like, and that is figuring out which bricks you need. Then going to Bricklink, making a wanted list. You get the bricks in, you start building again, and then you find out, oh shit, I had to order some more bricks of this kind or that kind, and you have to stop building, and that makes it really frustrating because the fun thing about mocks is the building part. So if that is not what you're doing, then that's kind of frustrating. And if I just have a parts list from somebody else's mock and I can actually just order the bricks and start building, I think that is something I'd rather do than make very complicated mocks of my own. Also, I have some really difficult space issues. Basically, the biggest thing that I can build is 2 gray base plates, and that's the only thing that I can store safely. So that makes it hard to build larger and larger mocks. And me, if I finish something, I would make the next time I build a mock, I want to make it bigger, and I'm reaching the point that I cannot make them bigger anymore because I simply don't have the room to build them. So that's why I'm probably going to build some custom Lego Star stuff for you. And I'll also be designing stuff. It's going to take a while, but I have some awesome ideas. And if I have finished those designs, I'll definitely share them with you and build it and see what you guys think of it. So, let me see. Brick Trooper Studio says, I have never made a Bricklink order. Well, that's not a shame, but I can actually say that even for smaller stuff, Bricklink is really, really awesome. You can buy some figures that you wouldn't be able to buy separately, and it works absolutely fabulous, and you can get awesome pieces on there. I really love buying stuff on Bricklink. It's kind of addictive in a way. So that's not a good thing though, but I mean, addictions are a serious thing, but Bricklink is a good addiction, I guess. Lucas Brick says, I just bought 364 1x4 light bluish gray bricks on Bricklink. That's a lot. Do you mind sharing what you're building with that? It sounds like an Imperial base of some kind. At least that's what a lot of the light bluish gray bricks are used for. Brickboy says, you started YouTube 3 months before me, and I have 161 subs, and you have 1,094. That's really nice. And I have ordered something twice from Bricklink. Yeah, I have quite a few subscribers by now, but I have to say I try to release 3 videos a week. So I do the time-lapse videos, I do the reviews, of course, which is a very important part of what I do. Then there's the mock updates of my own mocks that I do. There is some news videos in there. I share products that I make with my Booster Bricks business. At least the Lego Star Wars related products. I did a giveaway once. So three videos a week is definitely something that makes your channel grow. But it's also something that is very hard to maintain for a long time, because for example, just before I started this live stream, I actually just came back from my grandmother's birthday. My wife just put our kid to bed, and I just quickly arranged the setup. So it's quite a hectic life to make these videos happen. Brick Trooper Studio says, can you shout out Captain Phasma68? Sure I can. I think I just did. Shout out to Captain Phasma68, although I'm not sure who he or she is. But yeah, sure, that's no problem. RJ Gamer says he's going to do a Shadow ARF Trooper giveaway at 100 or 150 subs. So if all you guys, if you want to win a Shadow ARF Trooper, I would say go check out RGA Gaming's channel and see what he's all about, and see if you can get his sub count up and make a chance for that Shadow ARF Trooper. Lucas Brick says, for this mock, I'm going to make a roof with it. So are you going to make like a snot technique roof? Because that's probably how you do all the bricks. And Brickboy says, how do you make a time lapse? And happy birthday to your grandmother. Well, first of all, thank you very much. And I think my grandmother would greatly appreciate that. She became 81 today. And for the time lapse, basically what I do is, what I do now, I just film what I do. So I lay out the bricks, I start filming, I start building, so it takes like for an hour or something. I put the video from my phone on my laptop, which is an Apple laptop, so I can use iMovie, and I just speed up the speed of the video like to 2000% or whatever. So, for example, if I make a mock update video, so the last mock update for Theed, for example, I make one video in which I kind of talk you guys, okay, this is what I've done, this is what I'm going to do. Then I stop, then I start recording again and start building for like an hour. Then I stop, and then I make a third video with kind of the result of what I did. And I kind of, in iMovie, stitched them all together, and the middle video, so the one that's actually the building video, I speed it up a lot, and then you have a time-lapse video. Put some music underneath it, and then you have some awesome, awesome work. So basically that's how a time-lapse video works. Brick Trooper Studio says do a mock contest RGA. Yeah, I like the mock contest, although because of the time limit that there is on them, I generally do not participate in mock contests. I really like to be able to kind of you know be able to make my own plan and schedule, and if I have to play by someone else's schedule, I think I'll just deliver a crappy mock. So I'd rather do those things in my own time. But I really like the results of mock contests, though. Brickboy says, I can't make time lapse. I have to look for a lot of time for the parts, and that really often. Yeah, it is very, very time consuming. I have to admit that. Time lapse videos generally take me a whole evening of building and planning, and then another hour or so making the video itself, choosing the music, stuff like that. So yeah, it's not really easy to do, but it's cool to do anyway. Brick Trooper Studio says a lot of people are doing Endor, Theed, and Crate right now. Yes, well, Crate is quite understandable. I mean, it's a very easy mock to make. It's very easy to make it look good as well. By which I do not want to say that, for example, the larger crate mocks are easy to make, but basically if you have a lot of money, you can easily make a good looking crate mock. Theed and Endor are much, much harder because you have to do all the tree work and stuff. So I like the more detailed mocks a bit more than the larger ones with just a small, the crate one that Solidbrick Studios is building. It's huge. It's awesome that it's huge, but it's also just a lot of white and red bricks and a big wall with some sets in it. So, everything said and done, I think that is not the kind of mock that I like. For example, I liked Solidbrick Studios' Kashyyyk mock a lot more because it had so much detail in it. And I wish he would do something like that again. RGA Gaming says the best thing I can do at the moment is a mini version of Starkiller base. Well, that is still something really cool. Not a lot of people have Starkiller base mocks, at least not good ones. So if you can build a good one, that will definitely get attention, I think. First Order Lego posted his mock contest right before I recorded my video. So yeah, that is kind of crappy if you just finished a mock and then someone, but so you could enter the mock, I guess, after he uploads it. Rick Boys asks, how old are you? Well, I am 29 at the moment, but I am very quickly nearing 30. So I guess the most honest answer would be almost 30. Rich Boy J's is cool. Yes, Rich Boy J's mock is totally awesome, and but still, it's kind of the mock is huge. It looks good, but still, it's not the most detailed mock ever. Lucas Briggs asks, why am I ignoring you? Well, I basically am not ignoring you, but as you can imagine, there is a lot going on. I am trying to build the army over here, so if I missed any of your messages, please retype it because I cannot find it, but I'll try to answer your question as soon as possible. Brick Trooper Studio says he has a massive UCS ATM6. Yes, that is something cool. I think that is a really, really cool project because, that is something new. It's not using a set. It's just, building something that is has never been done before. And I really like the test that he did, with the dumbbells on it. I really like that he could put so much weight on his ATM6. Lucas Brick says, oh, sorry, dude, don't worry. I'm not mad or anything. It's just, it's really hard to read everything. So I kind of tried to pick the longer messages from the chat because I assume those are questions, but it's really hard to read everything. So please, if you have any question, just ask any question, and I'll answer anything, at least as long as it's appropriate. So also, we're almost done. I'm going to move stuff a little bit, but I think it's very hard for you guys to see where we are. So I'm going to move this to the back a little bit, because here, I think we're going to put Krennic over here, in the front of the army. And put a Vader in front. Brick Trooper Studios asks, has your cat ever attacked your computer when you're watching funny cat videos? So I guess you noticed one of our cats walking by over there somewhere. They are around. They generally do not bother me when I'm doing stuff with Lego. They do attack Lego though. This is kind of a true story, but I was building my Theed mock. I think it was one of the first episodes, so I didn't have that many progress, and it's actually stored on a closet. And for some magic way, this closet is like 2 meters high, and still one of the cats managed to jump on the closet and tear down my mock, and it fell off the closet, so I had to rebuild a lot of stuff. So they do not attack my laptop, but they do definitely attack my Lego. So we're down to choosing a Vader. Now this is pretty cool actually. I have the original Lego Star Wars Darth Vader. This is the oldest one from 1999. Very simple printing. His cape is all roughly and stuff. He has the gray head, but it's a really cool figure. Really happy to have him. I just have to replace his cape. Then we have this newer Vader, which has this yellowish head. There's still a helmet in one piece. And we have this newest Vader. He has this softer, newer cape, and he has this helmet that comes off partially. And I think that is really cool, so I'm going to use him for the army video. So I think he's from the Rebel series, and he's going to be in front of the army. The Thunder Sword asks, does anyone know how old the Force wielders are from the Clone Wars? I need that information for my own Star Wars book. Well, that's a good question. If anybody has the answer, please help this guy out. I definitely do not know, but it is totally freaking awesome that you're writing your own Star Wars book. I think that's absolutely cool. Please share it in some way, and when you're finished, put it on a blog or Reddit or whatever, so we can find it somewhere. One with the yellow head, use him. Oh, okay, so someone is disappointed. I can change that. So we're going to remove this guy and put the other Vader in front. So this is the guy with the yellow head over here. Oh. He looks pretty cool as well, by the way. I think this is actually the movie Vader, and the other one was the Rebels Vader. So I just wanted to show you guys this because the other part of the army is now out of shot, but I have to move it back out of view right now. So moving it all to the front, making this attached to the army again. So as you can see, there is still a little bit of space over here, but that is because I still have some stormtroopers lying around in different places. So here I have, on the side here, I have some of the Scarif troopers, which is really cool. I actually have every Lego Star Wars Scarif trooper ever made. I actually did a video on these. So there's 3 of them. One is the captain, one is the squad leader, and there's one regular one. There's a video on my channel where you can check out all the information about them. But I think they are awesome troopers. It's just a pity that they're so expensive because they're only in the somewhat bigger sets. But still, they are some of my favorite troopers, and I really like the mold for that helmet. So earlier in this chat, someone asked that they said that they wanted a new Stormtrooper mold. I guess that would be really cool, although this one looks pretty awesome, the one that we have. But I really like the mold for the Scarif troopers and the Imperial tank pilots. Those are absolutely really, really awesome. Brandon Peterson asked, so what time is it for you? It's 12:45 p.m. For you, here it's 21:45 p.m. So it's nearing 10 o'clock in the evening. It's a little bit late, but I use hours like this to do stuff like this, and this kind of works for me. RGA Gaming asks, do you plan on doing a Clone Wars mock anytime in the future? I hope so. Like I said, I'm going to do more of other people's mocks, so custom instructions, build that and show it to you guys. But I also want to focus on more mocks of myself, but smaller ones, because Theed is awesome, but it's so big that it takes me months to finish. So if I could focus more on mocks that are like one gray base plate in size, maybe even just smaller, one green base plate in size, I could make more mocks if you guys like that. That is definitely something that I am considering doing. So I can just show you more mocks that I have designed, because I like designing this stuff. The bigger mocks are taking so much time. That's just crazy. So we're almost there. Putting my probe droid over there. I guess I can move the pilots over here a little bit and then add one astromech to the army. That's it, guys. I think we're here. This is the Imperial army that I have. At least most of it. There is some stuff that has to be changed. So, okay. Looking at this army, this is what it's going to be. So I'm going to move it a little bit to the back again. Let me see if that's still in range. So I really hope you guys like this setup. I think this is, it looks pretty cool. I like the mix of the white moving from here to there with some gray and black over here and gray and black over there, giving the whole stuff an asymmetrical view. But I think it looks like a huge, huge army. I think we had 103 figures when we stopped over here. So that makes 103 with 12 is 113, 115, 124, 133, 136, 139, 42, 143 figures with, I guess I have another 7. So I think I could hit 150 figures for this army, which is 32 figures more than last time. So basically, this whole back part is new in figures. It's a little bit less than that, but I guess about this whole part is new to the army, and that is quite a cool increase. And I think if I can grow it by 30 or 40 each time, we have quite an awesome army by the time that we are another year on. So I know there is some more questions here, but I think we're done here for tonight. So this army is what is going to be in the army video. I'll be changing a little bit, adding the sets, and I'll do the army video somewhere in the coming week, I think. And also, like I promised, I'll be doing a polybag collection video also. So guys, thank you all for watching so much. I'm going to close down for now and have to do a lot of